The world is a symphony of subtle frequencies, a dance of unseen currents that shape our every interaction. Yet, in our hurried existence, we often perceive only the loudest notes, the most overt gestures, missing the profound whispers that truly define human connection. We are trained to look, but rarely taught how to truly see, to hear, but seldom how to truly listen. This oversight leaves 99% perpetually adrift in a sea of superficiality, missing the deepest signals, especially in the delicate art of attraction. Today, we will journey beyond the obvious, delving into the silent language, the unspoken narratives woven when a woman secretly holds a man in a place of special regard. These are not mere tips or tricks, but profound insights into the energetic exchange, the biological imperatives, and the deeply human yearning for connection that manifest in ways almost imperceptible to the untrained eye. You are about to uncover the quiet truths that dictate attraction, the delicate shifts that betray a hidden fondness. You won't want to miss the final understanding, for 99% will remain oblivious to these subtle currents, forever misinterpreting the true language of connection. Stay with me, for by the end, your perception will be irrevocably sharpened, your understanding deepened, and the world will reveal its true, nuanced beauty. Born in opening silence. In the quietude of our internal landscape, the external world often finds its most authentic expression. We live in a realm saturated with noise, with constant demands for our attention, for immediate gratification. This ceaseless clamor dulls our senses, blunts our intuition, and deafens us to the profound, subtle signals that animate human interaction. To truly understand the unspoken, one must first cultivate an inner stillness, a receptive awareness that transcends the superficial. This is not about seeking answers in a textbook, but about developing a sensitivity within, an internal compass that can navigate the delicate nuances of human energy. When a woman harbors a quiet appreciation, a nascent liking for a man, her entire being subtly recalibrates. It is not a conscious decision often, but an emergent property of her internal state, a gentle ripple across the surface of her composure. We are speaking here of the preconscious, the energetic shifts that precede thought and intention. These are the first indicators, the foundational tremors that speak volumes before a single word is uttered. Ignore these initial foundational tremors, and you miss the very genesis of connection. They are the subtle shifts in her energetic field, a momentary alteration in her usual rhythm, almost imperceptible unless you are truly present, truly observing with an open, quiet mind. It is a fundamental truth that everything in existence carries a frequency, and human interaction is no exception. When two frequencies begin to align, a resonance occurs, a subtle drawing together, often expressed through these very initial, almost spiritual adjustments. Aka's inner radiance. Consider the light within. Each of us carries an inner flame, a unique emanation of our life force, our presence. When a woman secretly admires a man, this inner light, often subdued by the routines of daily life, begins to shift, to subtly intensify in his presence. It's not a dramatic spotlight, but rather a quiet brightening, an increased vibrancy in her eyes, a softening of the features around them, an almost imperceptible glow that radiates from her. This is not something that can be feigned or forced. It is an authentic, biological response, an ancient mechanism of attraction. Her entire energetic field becomes more receptive, more open, like a flower turning towards the sun. You might observe a subtle lift at the corners of her lips, even when she's not consciously smiling, an underlying current of pleasantness that permeates her expression. Her skin might seem to possess a new, delicate luster, her overall demeanor conveying a sense of increased aliveness, a quiet joy that she may not even be fully aware of herself. This radiance is a profound tell, a testament to the internal shift, the positive resonance she experiences in his proximity. It is her internal environment reflecting an external stimulus that delights and engages her on a subconscious level. Cultivating your own sense of inner stillness allows you to attune to this subtle shift, to perceive the quality of her presence not just through her actions, but through the very essence of her being. This is where true discernment begins, not in analyzing what is said, but in feeling what is unspoken. That gaze lingers. The eyes are often called the windows to the soul, and for good reason. They are conduits of immense energetic and emotional information, capable of expressing volumes without uttering a single sound. When a woman secretly likes a man, her gaze undergoes a profound transformation. It is not merely eye contact, which can be polite or professional, but a quality of looking, a lingering, a softness, an almost involuntary return to his form. Her eyes might meet his, hold for a fraction longer than socially typical, then perhaps softly drift away, only to return a moment later, as if drawn by an invisible thread. This return gaze often carries a different weight, a deeper receptivity, a subtle warmth that invites rather than challenges. It is a moment of unguarded openness, a silent invitation for connection. You might observe her pupils subtly dilate, a primal physiological response indicating attraction and engagement. The corners of her eyes might crinkle almost imperceptibly, a micro-expression of warmth and genuine pleasure. This gaze is not predatory or intense. It is soft, inviting, and deeply aware. It is a moment where the internal world attempts to mirror the external, a silent conversation taking place between two beings. To truly perceive this, you must learn to hold your own gaze with calm, unwavering presence, not demanding, but simply receptive, allowing the exchange to unfold naturally, like two streams merging. These are subtle shifts. Our bodies are eloquent storytellers, often betraying our true feelings long before our conscious minds catch up. When a woman secretly admires a man, her body language, in its subtlety, becomes a rich tapestry of indication. These are not grand gestures, but minute, almost imperceptible adjustments in her posture, her orientation, her physical relationship to him in space. She might subtly angle her body towards him, even when conversing with others, creating an invisible line of connection. Her shoulders might soften, her stance relax, indicating a sense of comfort and reduced tension in his presence. You might notice her mirroring his gestures, a subconscious act of empathy and rapport building. If he crosses his legs, she might too a few moments later. If he leans forward, she might subtly lean in, an unconscious attempt to reduce physical distance. Her hands might become more expressive, her movements more fluid, less guarded. There might be a slight, almost imperceptible smoothing of her clothing, a preening reflex, an innate desire to present herself in the most favorable light. These are not deliberate acts of flirtation, but automatic, deeply ingrained responses that signal openness, interest, and a desire for greater intimacy. To truly grasp these signals, you must cultivate an awareness of your own body, its posture, its tension, and learn to perceive the energetic exchange that occurs even in the silent space between two people. Wakia's voice resonance. The human voice is a powerful instrument, capable of conveying far more than the literal meaning of words. Its tone, its rhythm, its very texture can reveal depths of emotion and intention. When a woman secretly likes a man, her voice, in his presence, undergoes subtle, almost imperceptible modulations. It might soften slightly, becoming more melodic, more inviting. Her vocal pitch might drop a fraction, becoming more resonant, more intimately engaging. Conversely, for some, it might elevate slightly, carrying a lighter, more playful quality, indicative of excitement and joy. The pace of her speech might subtly synchronize with his, finding a comfortable shared rhythm. She might slow down, drawing out certain words, as if savoring the interaction, desiring to prolong the moment. There's a particular quality of listening that emerges, a deeper attentiveness, where her voice in response carries an echo of genuine engagement, a true receptivity to his words. You might notice her voice becoming quieter, more confidential, as if sharing a secret even in mundane conversation, creating a private bubble of intimacy around them. This vocal shift is an energetic invitation, a subtle opening of her inner world, expressed through the very breath and vibration of her being. To perceive this, you must listen not just to what is said, but to how it is said, to the melody and undertones that speak volumes beyond the semantic content. Dabao shared space. The way individuals navigate and claim space in relation to one another is a profound indicator of unspoken dynamics. When a woman secretly likes a man, she will often subconsciously seek to reduce the physical distance between them, to create and maintain a shared bubble of proximity. This is not about invading personal space aggressively, but about a gentle, almost magnetic draw. She might consistently choose to sit or stand closer to him than strictly necessary in a group setting. If he moves, she might find subtle ways to adjust her own position, maintaining that comfortable proximity without appearing overt. You might notice her accidentally lingering in his vicinity, finding reasons to be in the same room or near the same area. There is a sense of wanting to be within his sphere of influence, within the energetic field that he emanates. When he speaks, she might lean in slightly, not just with her head, but with her entire upper body, signaling deep engagement and an almost unconscious desire to absorb his words, his presence. This creation of shared space is an ancient biological imperative, a fundamental aspect of courtship across species. It signals a desire for connection, a yearning for resonance and intimacy that begins with physical proximity. To truly understand this, you must become aware of the silent architecture of space, the invisible boundaries we create and transgress in our daily interactions. The Zexangs, brief touches. Touch is perhaps the most primal form of communication, bypassing words entirely to speak directly to the nervous system. When a woman secretly likes a man, her touches, if they occur, will be brief, seemingly accidental, yet profoundly charged with subtle intent. These are not aggressive or deliberate attempts at physical intimacy, but fleeting, almost ethereal brushes that carry a disproportionate amount of meaning. A hand might accidentally brush his arm as she passes, linger for a fraction of a second longer than expected. Her knee might inadvertently touch his under a table, and instead of immediately retracting, it might remain there for a moment, creating a silent, warm connection. She might hand him an object and her fingers might gently, briefly graze his, a soft, almost electric spark passing between them. The key here is the quality of the touch. It is light, gentle, and carries a subtle warmth, an energetic current that transcends the physical sensation itself. There's a sensitivity to it, a vulnerability. It's an unspoken question, an invitation for a silent response. These brief touches are experiments, probes into the energetic field between them, seeking a reciprocal resonance. They are moments of profound courage and delicate vulnerability. To discern these, you must be present not just in your mind, but in your entire sensory awareness, feeling the subtle energetic shifts that accompany even the most fleeting physical contact. As authentic echoes. Beyond the words exchanged, there lies a deeper layer of communication, one built on genuine listening and authentic response. When a woman secretly likes a man, her interactions with him will carry an echo of deep engagement, a profound curiosity that seeks to understand him on a fundamental level. She won't just hear his words, she will listen to the intent behind them, the emotions that drive them. She will ask follow-up questions that demonstrate she was truly listening, that she remembered details he shared previously. Her responses will not be superficial or dismissive, they will be thoughtful, considered, reflecting a genuine investment in the conversation, in him. There's a quality of affirmation in her responses, a subtle validation of his thoughts and feelings, even if she doesn't explicitly agree. She makes him feel seen, heard, and understood. This is a profound gift, a powerful act of connection. She might recall small details about his life, his interests, or his past conversations, demonstrating that he occupies a special place in her mental landscape. This attentive listening is a form of energetic mirroring, an attempt to align her inner world with his, creating a shared understanding, a resonance that strengthens the bond. It is a testament to the fact that her interest extends beyond the surface, reaching into the very core of his being. Unseen currents. Everything in the universe is energy, constantly in motion, constantly interacting. Human beings are no exception. When a woman secretly likes a man, there is a palpable shift in the energetic current that flows between them, an almost magnetic attraction that, while invisible, can be profoundly felt. This manifests as a heightened awareness of his presence, even when he is not actively engaging with her. She might subtly turn her head, her gaze drawn to him across a room, almost unconsciously. There's an increased alertness, a subtle tension that is not negative, but rather a keen sensitivity to his movements, his expressions, his very being. You might notice her reacting to his presence even before he speaks, a slight shift in her demeanor, a preparatory opening. This is her nervous system, her subconscious, registering his proximity and the positive resonance she associates with him. It is a primal radar, an instinctive drawing. This unseen current is the foundation upon which all other signs manifest. It is the underlying truth, the energetic blueprint of attraction. To perceive this, you must develop a sensitivity to the subtle shifts in atmosphere, the quiet hum of connection that exists in the space between people. It requires an ability to transcend purely visual or auditory input and to feel the energetic quality of an interaction. Was toward time gifted. In a world where time is our most precious, finite resource, the way we allocate it speaks volumes about our priorities and our affections. When a woman secretly likes a man, she will, often subconsciously, find ways to gift him with her time, to create opportunities for extended interaction and shared moments. This is not about grand gestures of scheduling, but about subtle shifts in her availability and her willingness to extend an interaction. She might linger a little longer after a meeting or a casual encounter, finding an excuse to continue the conversation. She might respond to his messages more promptly, with greater detail, investing her mental energy and time into the communication. She might adjust her own schedule, even subtly, to align with opportunities to be in his presence. There's a quality of prioritization, a subtle placement of him higher on her mental and emotional agenda. This is a profound indicator of value and interest. Her time, which she guards so carefully, becomes a silent offering, a testament to the special place he holds in her internal landscape. It is an investment, a commitment of her most valuable asset, signaling a desire for deeper connection. To truly appreciate this, you must understand the weight of time and recognize the immense gift that is freely given attention in a world so starved of it. Bach presence awakens. The culmination of these subtle signals is an undeniable shift in her overall presence when in his company. It's as if a part of her, previously dormant or reserved, awakens and comes alive in his presence. Her energy levels might subtly elevate, her gestures become more expansive, her laughter more genuine and free. There's a lightness to her step, a brightness in her eyes, a general animation that speaks of comfort, joy, and profound engagement. This awakening is an authentic expression of her inner state, a reflection of the positive, energetic resonance she experiences. It is a profound compliment, a testament to the effect he has on her spirit. This is not about performing or trying to impress. It is a spontaneous, organic blossoming of her most vibrant self. She feels safe, seen, and appreciated, and in response, she allows herself to fully express. This is the goal of genuine connection. To create an environment where each individual feels safe enough to shed their masks, to drop their defenses, and to reveal their authentic self. To truly witness this, you must cultivate a keen sense of observation, not just of isolated cues, but of the holistic transformation that occurs within her being when he is near. It is the symphony of all these subtle notes playing in harmony, creating a beautiful and undeniable melody. Boxspor cultivates stillness. To truly perceive the subtle, hidden language of attraction, the first and most crucial practice is the cultivation of inner stillness. In a world of ceaseless noise and external distractions, our internal landscape often becomes a mirror of that chaos. We are reactive, constantly pulled by external stimuli, unable to settle our own minds. This incessant mental chatter obscures our intuition, dulls our senses, and prevents us from tuning into the delicate frequencies of human connection. To cultivate stillness is to create a sanctuary within, a quiet space where observation can flourish unimpeded. This is achieved not by trying to stop thoughts, which is often a futile endeavor, but by learning to observe them without attachment, allowing them to pass like clouds across the sky. Meditation, even for a few minutes each day, can be a powerful tool. Focus on your breath, the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. This anchors you to the present moment, bringing your awareness back from the past or future. Engage in practices that quiet the mind. A slow walk in nature, the focused attention required in a craft, or even simply sitting in silence for a short period. As your inner world becomes more settled, your perception of the outer world sharpens. You begin to notice nuances previously unseen, to hear whispers previously unheard. This stillness is not passive. It is an active state of heightened awareness, a foundational practice that unlocks deeper understanding. It allows you to become a clear mirror, reflecting and understanding the subtle truths presented to you. Dabata Sen, observe deeply. Once inner stillness is established, the next practice is to cultivate the art of deep observation. This goes beyond mere looking. It is an active, engaged process of seeing, feeling, and sensing with your entire being. We are often trained to categorize and label, to quickly assign meaning based on superficial cues. This hurried judgment prevents us from truly seeing what is unfolding before us. To observe deeply means to approach each interaction with an open mind, free from preconceived notions or expectations. It means paying attention not just to the obvious, but to the micro-expressions, the subtle shifts in posture, the almost imperceptible changes in vocal tone. Watch for congruence or incongruence between verbal and nonverbal signals. Is her body language aligned with her words? Are her eyes truly engaged or merely polite? Notice the subtle energy shifts in the room, the way individuals gravitate towards or away from each other. Pay attention to how her presence feels to you, not just what it looks like. This isn't about scrutinizing or analyzing in a critical way. It is about receptive absorption, allowing the information to enter your awareness without immediate judgment. Practice observing people in various contexts, in a busy cafe, on public transport, during a casual conversation. Notice the rhythm of their interactions, the subtle dance of connection and disconnection. This practice hones your perceptual skills, sharpening your ability to discern genuine intent from superficial performance, allowing you to read the deeper narrative unfolding in human interactions. Satsauks, respond authentically. The cultivation of inner stillness and the practice of deep observation are incomplete without the third pillar, authentic response. True connection is a reciprocal exchange, a dialogue not just of words, but of presence and energy. Once you have perceived the subtle signals of interest, the natural aligned response is not to strategize or manipulate, but to simply be authentic. Authenticity means acting in congruence with your true self, your own inner truth, rather than adopting a persona or playing a role. If you sense a genuine connection, a reciprocal resonance, allow yourself to engage with integrity and openness. Your response should flow naturally from your own genuine interest, your own sense of appreciation for her presence. This could mean holding her gaze for that extra fraction of a second with warmth and sincerity. It could mean listening with even deeper attention, asking thoughtful questions that reflect your genuine curiosity. It might be a subtle smile that reaches your eyes, conveying a sense of shared joy or understanding. Authenticity disarms, it invites, and it builds trust. It is the energetic equivalent of matching her frequency, allowing for a harmonious resonance. When you respond authentically, you create a safe space for her to continue expressing her genuine self, free from the pressure of performance. This creates a virtuous cycle of openness and connection, deepening the bond beyond superficiality. Remember, true attraction is not about impressing, but about genuinely connecting. Zach, discern truths. In a world filled with performative acts and societal expectations, the ability to discern truth from illusion is paramount. The fourth practice is to develop a discerning eye, to filter out the noise and perceive the genuine underlying current of attraction. Not every smile is an invitation, not every lingering glance a sign of deep interest. Context is everything. Is her behavior consistent across different situations or only in your presence? Does it feel authentic and effortless, or forced and performative? A woman who is genuinely interested will often display a constellation of these subtle signs, not just one in isolation. It's the synergy, the harmonious interplay of these various cues that paints a reliable picture. Furthermore, discernment also requires self-awareness. Are you projecting your own desires onto her actions? Are you interpreting her politeness as something more profound? Practice stepping back, observing your own internal reactions and biases. Ask yourself, am I seeing this clearly, or am I interpreting it through the lens of my own hopes and fears? This is not about becoming cynical, but about cultivating wisdom and an astute understanding of human nature. It means developing the capacity to distinguish between generalized friendliness and specific targeted interest. It's about trusting your intuition, but also cross-referencing it with objective observation. This practice saves you from misinterpretations, from chasing phantoms, and guides you towards genuine, meaningful connections that are rooted in mutual appreciation. Damsat, embrace connection. Ultimately, the goal of understanding these subtle signals is not to manipulate or to gain advantage, but to facilitate deeper, more authentic human connection. When you have cultivated inner stillness, practiced deep observation, responded authentically, and discerned true intent, you create an environment where genuine connection can flourish. This final practice is about embracing that connection with openness, vulnerability, and gratitude. To truly embrace connection means allowing yourself to be seen, to be vulnerable in return, to offer your authentic self without reservation. It means trusting the process, allowing the relationship to unfold naturally without forcing outcomes. When you recognize the subtle signs of a woman's secret liking, it is not a cue to make a move or to immediately define the relationship. Instead, it is an invitation to deepen the present moment, to appreciate the unfolding dance of two spirits finding resonance. Embrace the joy of the shared gaze, the warmth of the unspoken understanding, the subtle current that flows between you. This embrace is an act of courage, for true connection always entails a degree of vulnerability. It is also an act of profound presence, for it means fully inhabiting the moment and appreciating the beauty of human interaction in its most subtle, authentic forms. When we learn to perceive and embrace these nuanced currents, our lives become richer, our relationships more profound, and our understanding of humanity deeper. This path is not for the impatient, but for those who seek genuine resonance beyond the superficial. It is a path of quiet strength, leading to the truest forms of connection. Which habit are you going to start first to protect your understanding of true connection? Drop your choice below. Let's inspire each other.